Hello, Meg here again. Welcome to our channel. I like reminding you this is our channel because I prepare the information that I trust you might be having questions on. The questions that I had after realizing that I was going through some kind of abuse, the question that I know you might be having, they will provide you with some answers or some closure, because after dealing with a toxic person, it's very hard to find the closure. So today I will be talking about smear campaign, and this is based on a romantic relationship setting. All my videos based on romantic relationship setting, because we have narcissists in different setting. We have siblings, narcissists, parents, aunties, uncles, friends, workmates, bosses, name it. They differ in different areas, but I believe the hardest narcissist to deal with is a parent or a spouse, because this is someone you're living with. Because the rest of them you can just cut ties easily, but for a parent or a spouse, especially a spouse that you have children with, it's not easy to just cut them off. So that is why it's kind of hard, and that is why I like talking on this area. Second of all, I speak from experience, and I speak because I want to spread the awareness, because you will agree with me, or you will realize that not so many people who understand emotional abuse. In fact, if you ever try to talk to somebody about what is going on in your relationship, high chances is that you did get marital issue advice, because everybody believes that whatever you're going through in a marriage is marital issues. And don't get me wrong, I do understand there are marital issues. I do understand marriages works, and marriages that works are beautiful. But what we don't understand is marital issues happen to healthy marriages. But toxic marriages, what happens is abuse. So when someone gives marital advice to a person in a toxic relationship, that only worsens the situation. And that is why all the advices that you could have received, they never worked, because you are not going through marital issues, you are going through abuse. So many people don't get the difference between toxic relationship and healthy relationship, and we most of the time jump into giving marital advice without realizing, or without understanding that there could be abuse. So anyway, today I'm speaking about smear campaign, as I mentioned. And smear campaign is doing anything and everything to make the other person look bad by spreading lies and gossip. Majority of the time, the person spreading lies and gossip have recruited a group of people who believed in them, and these people help in spreading the lies and the gossip. And those are commonly known as flying monkeys. So it gets very hard, because it's you against a group of people. It's you against your abuser and a group of flying monkey. Now, the most hurting part, the most painful part is some of the flying monkeys are the people you trusted, people you counted as friends. It hurts horribly, especially when friends or relatives join in the flying monkey campaign. So the reason why the narcissist lies are believed is because they did set you up from the beginning. Okay, from the day you met them, from the day you decided this is the person I want the rest of my life with, that is the day they started plotting on you. You were looking at a spouse, they were looking at something to use. So every information that you gave was stored somewhere. Okay, they keep storing that information to apply it later, because they know very well eventually things gonna go bad. and they will use the information you gave them against you. And that is part of why they are believed, because they give some of the truth and then they load it with lies. Anyway, I have talked more about narcissist lies in my previous video. I've attached it down below. It's called narcissist lies, so I'm not going to go into that in details. But anyway, you also helped them in this smear campaign unknowingly, and this is how you help them. All along, you acted a perfect marriage or a perfect relationship. You painted a perfect picture with them. You find yourself doing that because when the narcissist is out in the public, they are all composed, they act great, they act kind, name it, charming and everything good. They will praise you, they will show how they love you and everything. In fact, many people might have admired your marriage. Some don't even understand how you could live such a good marriage, because you both painted a fake happy marriage when it was horrible and miserable. And how did you join them in painting this fake relationship picture? Okay, when it started, before you joined them, when you're in privacy, they acted in questionable manner, okay? But you kind of fought it and you are hoping it's gonna change. So when you go out in public, you expect them to behave like that. When they go in the public and act the extreme opposite, you will have two reactions. You will either be so surprised and confused and you'll definitely not play along, or you will try to ignore and not play along. But if you do this, when you go back behind the doors or in private, you will be met with a lot of anger, harsh and mean words. This will repeat several times until you find yourself playing along into this perfect marriage or perfect relationship picture. The reason why the smear campaign seems to work on this believed is because, number one, the whole time of your relationship, you look like a very happy couple. You had this perfect relationship, perfect marriage, everybody admired. You never opened up. And the people you went to open up to, they didn't understand you because they thought you're having marital issues. As I mentioned, there's a difference between marital issues and abuse. Marital issues are experienced in a healthy relationship. In a toxic relationship, what you have is abuse. And unfortunately, there have not been enough awareness about the difference between the healthy and unhealthy relationship. And that is why many people don't know what to tell you when you go to them with issues of hidden abuse. They will always relate it to marital issues. While when you leave the relationship, after you realize you have been used, after realizing that what have been going on, being emotionally abused, sometimes you even get embarrassed. How come nobody mentioned about this being abused? But anyway, again, it's because we don't have enough awareness. So due to all that, you are frustrated, you are angry, and you are bitter. And definitely, you do not talk in a very calm manner. You are kind of aggressive, explaining yourself. And when all you're telling about the narcissist or the victim is true, but because you're coming out so aggressive, when someone take whatever you're talking how and your composure, compare it to the narcissist who is all calm, collected, and acting concerned because they say how they love you and how they want to resolve the issues. You on the other side, don't want nothing to do with them. You don't want to even sit down to talk with anybody. You come out like you're the bad one, and that is why so many people are sold out to thinking that the narcissist is the good one and you're the bad one. Other than that, they also look at how your relationship was. You covered the narcissist on everything, so they don't see any bumps or anything wrong. But eventually, with time, don't worry about these people who will not believe your story. You do not owe them any kind of explanation. They don't deserve your energy explaining. Relate yourself with people who understand you. Get into support groups. Cut every toxic person or anybody that is not getting you. I want to say anybody who is not understanding you, cut them off and block them. This will give you time to calm down and to start your journey towards healing. It will help you ease the pain that you're going through, because mere campaign is a crazy step. But you know what? You will make it. And don't worry, all the negativities. I know you want to prove yourself. You feel like you want to go out there and justify yourself. Don't use so much of your energy trying to justify anything, because with time everybody will come to know the truth. The more you lay back and allow time, people will start seeing where the truth is. Because let me tell you, lies, they don't last. But the beauty of the truth, no matter how far you hide it, no matter how deep you dig a hole to hide it, no matter what you do with the truth eventually comes out shining so bright for everybody to see it. So just relax, talk to those who understand you. Those who don't understand you, don't worry about them, and the truth will shine very bright one day. All those flying monkeys will come looking for you, trying to understand what exactly happened, and probably you will not have time for them at that time. Anyway, that's all I have for today. And as always, I am not a therapist or a clinician. This recording is not intended for medical or legal advice. It's not for diagnosis or treatment either. This is for educational and personal empowerment only. If you find this information helpful, please hit the subscribe button and share. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell to be notified when I post new videos. I'll be sharing my journey. I'll be speaking on the topic that I felt like I really needed to hear, because someone out there could be looking for that information. Thank you so much, and see you in my next video.